June 2nd, only 111 days until the sun rises. Still no literal light at the end of the tunnel. There is now a definite morale slide throughout the group. I mean, it is offering up material, but I'm starting to wonder if there's just too much. This winter could get written off as an outlier. Now, Mark, for instance, is definitely worrying me. I mean, Maria said she'd passed him outside the shower rooms and thought he was saying something to her, but then he blanked her and she was convinced he was talking to himself and said he was muttering something to do with the chain of command. You know, I do worry about his PTSD recurring, especially given how overworked he is and now that he's picking up the extra stuff from Anders and the altercation with Sienna as well. I mean, it's a lot to keep an eye on. Meanwhile, Hera has dropped even further out of the mix. I mean, she spends most of the day in the hydroponics room, and Bridget's told me she's always fretting, and if it's not about the kale, it's the lamb's lettuce, and I did actually manage to find her alone in the Rex room at one point, and she starts packing up the moment I walk in. Like, she knows I've come in to talk to her, and she's gone totally like a hermit crab. Like, she didn't rush off or anything, but she just sort of mumbled something about, I don't know, just something. I couldn't even really hear it, and she just sort of threw her stuff into her bag. And actually, I saw one of the things that was in the bag, and it's like these little needlework things with writing, and you see them in cottages on walls, and they're about as big as a kind of paperback book. And there's this little picture in the middle, and the one that she had was a sausage dog, and there were 3 Norwegian words which I then looked up, and she's written privacy equals power. I mean, fucking hell, good luck with that on Bowers Wilson during winter. I mean, there's not a lot of privacy up for grabs, and if you try and insist on it, things start to get pretty ugly. Which I suppose actually is a good reason to make a little sign saying so. Although I'm not quite sure where the sausage dog fits in. Weird. Anyway, she grabs it all up, and she's right in the middle of literally like stitch. I can see the cotton hanging off it, and she mutters something about being late, and at this point it's all getting a bit white rabbit, and she's just off. She's out of there. Like I'm infected. Except she's like this with everyone. She's scurrying out of the canteen, scurrying out of the lab, scurrying out of our lives. Maybe I am infected.